I had my dad for a long time. I had my dad for 55 years and we were inseparable. I guess from a very young age he was my hero. I lost my mum to cancer when I was 8 and it was me and my dad, and we formed a really special bond that enabled me to be happy even though I'd suffered a great deal of loss, and he was always there for me. I used to go to work with him. He used to have a business where he would go around and he would be selling to retail outlets, and I remember long summer holidays spent in a car going around with him visiting all his customers. They all knew because he'd told them about my mum. They'd make a fuss of me, and me and my dad were just a little team, you know. Then I guess when a couple of years after my mum died, he met my second mum, Jackie, who had 2 sons of her own, and we just all gelled. We were very happy for a long time. But my dad started to get ill when I was 54, I guess. We only lost him last November, so coming up to the first anniversary. And I've got to explain, he was a very fit man. He was still a full-time member of the gym when he was 80, and he started to get shortness of breath, and it started to really panic him. His heart would race and he couldn't control the rapid heartbeat, and he would get out of breath and he would get panicky, and we weren't really sure what was what. So we went for tests up at the hospital, and the doctors, they did the usual thing of sort of saying it was his age and everything else, but after some scans on his chest and heart and everything, turned out it was pulmonary fibrosis. The shocking thing was that there was no cure, so we had to come to terms with the fact that he wasn't going to be with us for much. I guess almost had to come to terms with him dying twice, really, because once you know someone's going to die, then you sort of face that. The reality of it hits you, you know, and you start to mourn someone before they've even died, which is very weird because you sort of grieve with them, and you know that they are obviously coming to terms with their own mortality, as well as them sort of worrying about you, because me and my dad were so close with each other's feelings. So during that period there was a lot of running around, a lot of hospital visits, seeing my dad on oxygen with a great big tube that followed him everywhere. You couldn't lose him, you just had to follow the tube and you'd find him. But it was hard to see, and it was hard for my mum, very hard, in different ways. I mean, the same but different. You always think of these things from your own perspective, like I think about it from a son to a father perspective. My mum was sort of watching her life partner, her best friend, lover, go downhill. So it was a very tough time, but I was glad I was able to help as much as I could, because my mum's health wasn't great at the time as well. So at the time it just seemed like it was all hospitals, all illness, all sort of a very strange time indeed. But when it came close, we thought we'd lost him. I just called to the house one night. He was having a terrible sort of almost like a breathing seizure. He did say to me, you know, son, I think this is it. And when he got in the ambulance, we thought, you know, he wanted to say goodbye to me, and I knew that he meant goodbye. But he did rally round a bit and lasted a few more days in hospital. In fact, I've got a photo of him giving the thumbs up from his hospital bed to his sister, just so I could forward it to her to show that he was in good spirits. But I don't have any regrets with the relationship with my dad. It was the best I've got is that I wasn't there with him at the end because of the nature of the illness. You go downhill very quickly, and I got the phone call and I raced to be there, but it was rush hour traffic and I got there, I just missed it. But apart from that, no regrets, nothing, no crosswords, so I'm lucky in that sense. But it's sad when I think about the lifetime that we spent. It was very happy as well. My dad had a way of laughing and joking with each other, and because we're very different people, but we're very close. I think I'll have to tell you about the happy times on another episode, because there's so many happy times as well. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you.